5 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go. So this is our Dota game with a twist. Wait. Oh, I know what I didn't set up. I didn't set up the drafting tag. Cast the cam is no longer Doige. I must change that to Brexx. There we go.
Rude.
No one saw that. So, this is going to be, for the people just joining in, normal captain's mode, but then at the end, you get to pick one hero from the opposing team that you can just get rid of. So you say, I don't like their hard carry, that's too hard to counter. We're going to get rid of your anti-mage, and we're going to put something else in its place. So it's drafting with a little twist.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Do you have a strategy in mind for how to do this? Because I think what I would do if I was drafting is I basically pick 5 heroes that can be played in multiple roles, because then if they replace one for something drastically different, you can still sort of fit it around that.
Yeah, I feel the same. You don't want a lineup that's based around one hero, because they just remove that hero and you think, well, we've lost everything now. So yes, and they're going to insert a really random hero into your position. So let's say you have an obvious mid pick, and they just give you another mid hero. You're thinking, oh, well, they give you another support. So a bit of flexibility is really important. So I like that, because you're going to need to draft intelligently. You're going to need to find what those flexible heroes are. So I think it should be an interesting drafting challenge. See how they do with it.
I think realistically what might happen is a team might go, oh, hey, this is a really bad game for, say, I don't know, a Morphling carry. And they just replace the enemy carry with the hero that's got like the worst game ever for that hero.
Yeah, they try. Yeah.
Because arguably the carry is the one you want to be, or the mid, potentially, depending on what it is the one you want to be counted least. So maybe like,
10 seconds remaining.
you go, oh, we've got like 4 vision heroes, and we want to give them a Tinker, because no one on their team plays Tinker, and then we have 4 ways to catch her.
That's a really good point. Inserting a hero which no one can play is as important.
Yeah.
Now, this adds an extra level to the bans, because you might want to ban heroes that you definitely don't want to have to play on your team. So reverse captain's mode bans kind of should seep in a little bit. Ban the Meepo, ban the Invoker, ban the Tinker, ban a hero your team definitely can't play. Because if they find that angle, that's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Dire's banning Mars, because Royds can't play that.
Yeah, well, I think Rhodes has had a lot of success on the hero, despite not being able to land a spear.
Doesn't that hero actually have a pretty bad win rate, actually?
It's terrible. It's one of the worst win rates, but it's one of the highest picked heroes. I can't tell if it means Mars is actually really good and everyone sucks at it, or...
I think it's more that it's one of those heroes that just feels fun to play. It's quite pudgy. It's got a skill shot and like a massive...
Yeah, nice damage, strong in lane. Big cool ult. Yeah, it can farm a bit, yeah. Spear and Bulwark will one-shot a creep wave. Rebuke, sorry. So, yeah. Okay, starting with Wyvern. That's a fairly neutral hero. I don't think that will be repicked.
10 seconds remaining.
Can be played mid, technically.
It would be, but I can't see it unless they like really screw up the draft here and pick too many supports. But
yeah, that's a good point. Wyvern mid is really strong. Dave's played it a lot mid. I've played it mid before. I think it's quite interesting. Okay, that's Brex's signature hero at the moment. Mid and pos 4. So yeah.
I wanted to play Oplane the other day, but I got shunted to pos 4, and then I was very sad.
But I think it could be pos 3.
I think offlane's arguably its best role right now, because it's sort of like a utility stun kind of thing. Because you want to get a really fast meteor hammer, but you don't necessarily want to put it mid. I mean, you can play it mid, but...
I like OD mid. I think OD is really good mid at the moment, but I'm happy with him in every role. He's really strong. Wind Ranger? Okay, that's for Nat. Again, Nat's played that mid. Nat's played it core. Nat can pretty much play it anywhere he wants.
Curious that you put that into OD, because I feel like whoever you go on just gets astraled, but...
That's why OD is quite good against Winter Wyvern too, I guess.
Yeah. Well, once he has like an Aether Lens or something. One issue I always find on OD is there's so many items you want.
5 seconds.
Like you want a Blink, you want a BKB, you want Ags, Aether Lens, Scythe.
Wow.
Yeah, there's too many items, not enough slots. Another save.
Yeah, 2 saves. 2 really strong save heroes.
This is... Yeah, but how do they kill people?
No, they don't. They just save them.
I guess Shadow Demon's quite good against Wind Ranger. If you apply Purge to her, it's continuous and she can't win run.
Yes, it's the hard counter. I reckon that's why they've done it. That's terrible PogChamp. What is that?
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, is this today's PogChamp? Oh,
they're all rubbish. You know when Dave very, very generously gifted 8 tier 1 subs, then Charlie gave another one. Charlie gifted his sub specifically to my bot. So I have a account which is basically you can sign up as a bot. So now Rallying Bot has a month of free sub, which means I can make my messages from the bot now use some emotes. It's common if you're a big enough Twitch channel, you do pay for your bot to have Twitch, to subscribe to a channel, because then it can use other commands and it can use emotes. But I'm not going to pay permanently for it.
Are bots blocked from talking in sub-only mode?
5
No,
seconds remaining.
well, if they're subbed, if they're a sub or if they've got mod permissions.
No, that's what I mean. If they're, I guess you use the mod.
I just mod. I mod the bot straight away, but now it's also a subscriber, so it can use the emotes, which is cool.
These bans seem very normal, except for Meepo. Everything else seems
I
very
like the
normal.
Meepo ban because it means that Royds is thinking. He's thinking, they might pick Meepo for us. We need to get rid of that. And that's clever. I mean, what if you had to play Meepo against Winter Wyvern? Can you see how... there we go. The thought process is here. Pick Winter Wyvern and then re-pick Meepo into them. And Royd saw it and he banned it. That is so smart by Royd. He knew it straight away. He's thought about the game mode. Really clever.
Yeah, I've just been looking through the hero list to see what heroes are just super counterable.
Broodmother.
Yeah, Broodmother's a pretty bad one.
I think Broodmother might be the most counterable hero in the entire of Dota. I think.
It's definitely up there.
It's
I
up
think I think Tinker's pretty up there as well.
Tinker's sad if you have a hero who really counters you.
Bat Rider's really bad against a team with Purges on it.
Yes, can be bad. Bat Rider would do well against Shadow Demon OD.
Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
You're never getting anywhere with your lasso.
If you pick like a PL and then give the enemy team techies, they're gonna be pretty sad. You just run the illusions in.
Yes, techies can be countered. I think techies is okay. Some counters do hurt him a bit harder than others. Beastmaster's very good against techies, for example.
It's mostly summon heroes and illusion heroes.
Yeah, I
you
think
do get gold off it.
If I have to counter a techies, I tend to go Beastmaster because you have the Hawk, so you can see in trees. You've got the Necro 3, and you've got the Boars, and you're also a fairly tanky hero. So like all those together make him a fantastic counter. And you can destroy trees in the early game with the axes. You've just got everything going for you, really.
Honestly, the funniest counter to me for techies is the fact you can walk your courier through mines and it triggers them and doesn't damage the courier.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, because they're immune to magic damage, the couriers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it triggers the mines.
remaining.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I think this is because they used to do physical damage, so they used to actually kill couriers.
Okay.
So I think it was programmed to actually work so that it hit couriers, but then they changed it to magic damage, but didn't change that couriers triggered them.
Interesting. Couriers are weird because they're units, right?
Yeah.
They don't have any special properties, but they take no magic damage, immune to magic damage. But they take pure damage and physical damage, so you can kill a courier with you can kill it with Axalt, you can kill it with Black Hole, you can kill it with Sonic Wave.
Well, there's actually some magic damage that kills couriers. For example, Shadow Demon ult you can use on couriers and it kills
Can
them.
you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I can't think of many others though. I think that's one of the only ones for magic damage.
That's interesting. So like magic, like can you alter couriers Beastmaster? I think you can.
I don't know.
Bloodseeker's been picked. There's no Ollie, but we still have other good Bloodseeker players. Good against Windranger. Stops her running.
Yeah.
Very
I think
good.
the only other example I can think of that would work on couriers is like an Enchanted Quiver, because that's technically magic damage.
You'll get the range anyway, so the courier will probably die.
Yeah,
I
I think
can't
at that
see-
point in the game it probably won't hit anyway, but yeah.
But having 400 attack range is really nice. Enchanted Quiver is such a good item. I reckon it's probably one of my favourite items to get on a ranged hero. Especially one who has a really strong attack like TA, Weaver. Because you get the Weaver will get the Geminate attack will go at that range as well, won't it? So it's so good on Weaver.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's amazing at killing Healing Ward as well. Like if you need to kill Jug's Healing Ward, snipe it in fights, and you've got the Enchanted Quiver, oh, you're going to find it.
Do you know if anyone on either of these teams plays Chen? Because right now I'm worried that someone's just going to replace the carry with Chen.
Miles is very good at microing. Now he would say modestly that he's not, but when he plays Brew, he uses all of the abilities on all of the pandas, no problem. And that's essentially all you need to do with Chen. Have a load of creeps and just make sure you cycle their abilities. So I reckon Miles could do it at a pinch.
Honestly, I I was talking to Miles about this the other day, actually, on the Discord. A lot of pros right now are playing Brewmaster as a POS 5.
Yeah, they are. I played against a POS 5 Brewmaster a long time ago, and I thought, this is dumb. Why is Brew in POS 5? He's rubbish. He doesn't do anything. And then every time he ults, you go, his ult's actually really good. And even though he's got no farm, it's still an amazing ultimate. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, even outside of it, like is it the Cinder Brew now, whatever it's called now? Yeah. It's quite a good slow and damage over time.
Yeah, if you ignite it, it lasts a very long time. It does about 300 damage. It's good. Yeah, he's got 2 slows. I think Brewmaster is a good hero for POS 5. The only problem is his laning's a bit wonky because he's a melee support, and POS 5 melees are not super good for everyone, but he's okay.
Yeah.
If you can get to level 6, his ultimate is something else, right? You don't need any items to make his ultimate amazing. Silencer, okay. Interesting draft.
It's flexible, I guess.
They don't have a lot of damage on the Radiant, do they? I mean, you could say Bloodseeker, Silencer, OD, they do damage, but it's all a little bit like it takes a bit of time to set up. It's not like we turn up to a fight, we press our buttons and we blow someone up.
Yeah, I don't know how they start a fight on Radiant.
That here is
the anti-mage is getting swapped for something else.
Yeah. Why did they even pick that? It's gone. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well just be a ban at this point. They might pick another carry fifth, to be honest. We'll see.
Oh, that's clever. That's a clever idea.
Yeah, well, I think Radiant. I think like until like OD gets like Blink Meteor Hammer, I don't know what they do for stuns on Radiant.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah. It's engaged. They're really lacking engaged. They just sometimes you don't have to have a team that's all about 5-man team fights, but you still need to be able to start a fight. Bloodseeker can rupture, doesn't really start a fight. It starts a gank, but you need someone else to follow up, and you've got nothing.
Yeah, so. I don't know if this was in an in-house the other day, but I think it might have been. We had like a team comp. We were like, okay, guys, we need stuns, so we just drafted like 5 stuns, and then we realized all of them were really short range, or were like Elder Titan stomp or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember that.
We just couldn't start a fight.
Yeah, I think lots of stuns are good, but you need damage to go with the stuns, and you need someone to with engage. Like Sand King is the ultimate king of engage, right? His stun doesn't last very long. It's one of the shortest stuns out there, but it is the easiest to get off. Blink plus Burrow Strike, especially with Ags, you're going like 2,500 range. You can get a 2.2 second stun. It's almost global at that point. Okay, it's not super long, but it starts every engagement.
I think AM's really good here, not even just because they're high-end heroes, but because they have no way to actually catch him.
They can rupture him, and when he gets the talent, he can blink out of rupture and not take damage. So, yeah. I think Anti-Mage is going to be good, which is why I think he'll be banned. I know Shadow Demon is okay against Anti-Mage because you can disrupt the Anti-Mage and you can create illusions of him which hit him hard, but I still don't think it's hard enough counter.
Do we know who has last pick here? It's Radiant.
It's the Radiant have the last pick, bus replacement service.
Okay, because I was thinking if Dire had last pick here, they could pick something really gross, and knowing that they either have to remove the anti-mage or that other hero, and they'd have to choose like whichever of the 2 evils, I guess. But
yeah, I like that idea. I like that you're thinking cleverly about how to exploit the fact that they have to return one of your heroes to the sender. Yeah. And if you only pick one hero who could be POS 1, and you send away their POS 1 and give them another support, then they've got no POS 1. Like, say, goodbye, Anti-Mage, here's Crystal Maiden. You go,
like, I think I'd like to see Dire here pick something that could go carry, potentially, if they need it to.
10 seconds.
Yes.
In case the Anti-Mage does get removed, because it's quite likely that it will be.
100%.
So then you don't want to pick something that can only play Safe Flame, because then they might just leave the Anti-Mage and swap out, say, Nat's Wind Ranger.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see which one they repick. I think if they don't pick another core, like you said, Anti-Mage is gone. But Radiant, I don't know about what you replace there.
Yeah, because that Bloodseeker could be mid or Safe Lane. I actually would quite like this to be Core Silencer and Core OD, because if you do that and you're in a fight and Silencer slaps a few people, stealing in a couple times, and OD ults, just everyone dies. Yeah,
Silencer and OD synergize in a really interesting way. Silencer is almost a counter to OD on the other team because you steal his int, but then when you're on your team, you steal their int, which is a good thing.
Well, I think that's a weird interaction when he's on the other team, because you steal his int, but then he steals more mana from you with Astral because you have more.
That's true. That's a new mechanic, but then he does.
5 seconds remaining.
But you're taking base int away from OD, which is good. You're just.
But then he steals a percentage of yours, so I think he gets more out of that, right?
Yeah, but OD's losing his int forever, whereas OD only gets the extra mana on Silencer. Yeah. So I think still it's pretty good. But when they're on the team together, goodbye mana. Okay, you are completely right, Brexx. Very, very
So-
good.
So they could make this a support Luna. I haven't seen it in a while, but you could play it as support Luna.
We
You could play
saw a
it
good
mid.
support Luna. Was it Belial used to play it? He played a POS 4 Luna, and it went really well because Eclipse is still a very good spell. So is a
10 seconds remaining.
5-second cooldown Lucid Beam.
I used to play it a bit, which probably doesn't surprise
5
people because my
seconds remaining.
picks are janky as shit. But that cast range talent's very good.
Very,
Bristle,
very good.
okay.
Choose your
They have no cores. Really?
What on
They-
Radiant?
Yeah, they don't have a proper POS 1. Bloodseeker POS 1.
They could put Bristle safe lane.
They've got
I think.
they've got Bristle, Bloodseeker, Silence, and OD. They've got lots of POS 2-ish cores. They just don't have a hard carry.
I think Bloodseeker, Silencer, or Bristle could go safe lane here. I don't think you'd ever put OD safe lane. Because I don't think
I
he
wouldn't say it's
really
my
benefits.
favorite place to run OD, but you could run him POS 1 if you think he's got a perfect game and like you need to get him farm against that anti-mage, because OD does destroy anti-mage, but also gets destroyed by anti-mage. It's a very volatile relationship between the two of them.
Well, I think up until level 6, you probably want to lane the OD against the anti-mage because you're just going to be lobbing pure damage at him, and he
Did we
just
get
does a lot of
those?
harass.
We get those screenshots ready for the chat?
Oh, that's a good
10
question.
seconds remaining.
Well, we can't see the bands actually. I hope someone else has.
Yeah. Someone's taken the screenshot. It's in the
5
chat.
seconds remaining.
Thank you, Luke. So now what needs to happen is we need to cancel the game. Yeah? Doesn't matter who you pick. It's gone. Game's gone.
Vex in chat saying, "Why was I expecting Brexx to be a 6'8" beefcake?" What?
6'8". Brexx, how tall are you?
I'm like 6'7", so he's not far off.
You're 6'7". I always forget you're so tall.
I'm very tall.
I always forget that. I just can't believe it. I always forget
I'm just
it
not
every time.
beefcake. At least not yet.
God, you are a tall boy. I believe you're 7 inches taller than me. That's weird. Such a height difference. Okay, so what needs to happen now is both teams need to message me with which hero they want to remove from the enemy team. Then I'll tell them. And then they need to tell me which hero they would like to give the enemy team.
Honestly, I think it would be better if you just did it in one go, because then they wouldn't have time to think about what hero that you all have replaced. But maybe that's a bit unfair.
But it's just in case, you know.
Yeah, hasn't reached his final form.
So let's wait for people to message me.
Yeah. Vex. The goal for this year is I want to not be able to fit through doorways vertically or horizontally.
Lockdown goals.
Yeah, I mean, we've got like a home gym at our house with like, well, I say home gym. It's like a rowing machine and like some weights, but it's better than nothing. But
That's
I
what you
imagine a
need.
lot of people have. Yeah.
Where is everybody? Can they leave the game and please join the lobby? I'm going to go up and down and message them.
Come back.
What hero is just straight up trash?
Hey, hey.
Guys, can you join the
Sniper.
lobby,
Don't
please?
pick
No,
him
not
here.
here.
Wait, what are you saying?
We have
Joseph?
to
Join the lobby.
Good mid. Wait, I didn't.
No,
hear
no,
you.
no. Snipers. The
Juju,
few
shush.
years,
Join the lobby. Join the lobby.
Oh,
Join the lobby.
I'm not.
Join the lobby.
We
Thank
are.
you. Okay. Now I'm waiting.
My Pringles out. I wasn't expecting to be that quick.
Okay. I made them join the lobby. Now I'm just waiting for the messages. Quickly as we can, please.
Vex in the chat. Most people do chin ups. Brex does tiptoes. Honestly, I hate door frames.
D.
I mean, most of them are about 6'6".
Not calibrated for your height.
Yeah, so when you include like that little knobble bit that's at the top of the door where the door like stops, then usually it'll like scrape the top of my head if I'm not careful. So I just habitually duck under like every door frame, which is really probably not a good thing.
Yeah, I teach people in year 13 who's 6'8", and it's quite comical watching him like duck in a door that absolutely no one else would need to.
Yeah.
And you think, oh yeah, that's a reminder. He's very tall. Come on, guys. Let's give me those back. We still got to pick a hero for the other team as well. So first I need to remove one from each team. And then we need to pick one for each team. So
So I was telling the other guys before we started. Apparently, you can actually get dietide treasures from pub games still, but as like a random drop, like the common drops you sometimes get.
right,
I
Voids has messaged me, ban AM and give them Darkseer. Okay, so okay.
Darkseer.
Give them Darkseer.
Okay,
But they've
I
got
guess
Sand
actually-
King and Wyvern and
Yeah, there's a lot of teamfight wombo combo, but the illusions Darkseer is going to spawn are going to be really shit.
Yes.
Because I believe Silencer's illusion doesn't get the bonus in because he doesn't have the debuff. And ODs and Bloodseeker's illusions don't do much in general.
Oh, they need to swap teams. Yeah, they need to swap sides.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay, so they swapped. Good. All right. Waiting for Radiant for Dyers. Wait, whose suggestions is that?
Or remind them to assign team names.
So Anti-Mage was picked on the Dyer, wasn't it?
I want to say yeah, but we have a picture, don't we?
Yeah, it says Radiant. Radiant. So Radiant have said what they're banning from the Dyer. Dyer now need to say what they're banning for the Radiant.
I feel like if they're assuming Anti-Mage is going to be banned, I would potentially get rid of the Bristle. Because I think Anti-Mage deals really well with Bristle, and I don't think Luna does very well.
No, Luna doesn't do great because if he's facing away from Luna, he doesn't take much damage, not even from a full Eclipse.
Yeah, they also have no method of break, and I'm pretty sure Wind
Discord.
Ranger and... Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's message. Okay.
So, replace Anti-Mage with Darkseer, and replace Bloodseeker with... Chen.
Chen.
Yes.
So I'm concerned about this Bristle, especially if it's safe line. Because I don't know what they do to kill it if he goes for like a hood. Because like who on that team is going to build like a Silver's Edge? Like Luna's definitely not going to. Wind Ranger maybe, but that's a bit of a stretch.
At least Silver Edge is not a melee sort of only item now.
True, but yeah, none of these heroes really want it.
Silver Edge, you know, I had a lot of fun when I was quite new to the game. Not quite new, but you know, many years ago, like 8 years ago. Playing Shadowblade Luna, you just ult and then Shadowblade in, and they can't see you when they die, and it's hilarious. It's good against
I guess nowadays
threats.
you just build Ags and put it on someone else, right?
Oh, well, Ags has kind of blown the old one out of the water,
Yeah.
but back in the day, Shadowblade and walking around was quite amusing. Right, now we're just going through very quickly all the picks. So you're picking for your team in all pick.
Miles Bristles, that's an offlane Bristle.
Oh yes, they're revealing who they're playing as well. Chen.
Yeah.
Chen is Royd's Chen. Okay.
Royd's
Yeah.
Chen.
Right. Royd's Chen should be interesting. Noodles Wyvern.
Well, so I also just realised they've removed the Bloodseeker. Radiant
Yeah.
now has 0 catch.
They've got Chen. That
No,
wrap around with the
They're
centaur.
running with Centaur stomp.
You force-staff the centaur in and then you stomp.
Amazing. I mean, I guess you do have 2 banish effects, but they're not really like traditional initiation.
You can still catch people out and kill them, but you can't engage a team fight quickly, can you? Like you can't
Okay,
in a
so-
hurry find someone and kill them.
So it's a safe lane silencer, I want to say, and a mid OD, because Juju's on the OD.
Yeah, I think mid OD makes sense. Safe lane silencer. Yeah, I think so. Could be safe lane silencer. Royce is going to be in the safe. Royce could be in the off lane either, actually. Royce has played Chen 4 times before. Not very many times. I think I've played nearly 50 games of Chen. So I would have been okay if I had to play him. But 4 times? That's not many. Well, let's see what happens anyway. He's got the shoulders, man of culture.
What which hero?
The shoulders, Luna. You know,
Oh,
the shoulders.
Okay, the shoulders.
The shoulders. The best cosmetic item in the game.
Prepare for battle.
Anyway, let's go. First camp. Get that going.
I had to check Darkseer for a second because I wasn't sure if his normal punch was a break. It's not.
No,
but-
a lot of stuff has become break. I think Spirit Breaker gets a
Yeah.
break. PA
Yeah.
gets a break. Who else
Yeah.
gets a free break from the Ag Shard? There's definitely a few of them randomly happening. Normal punch, no, it's a stun, but it goes up to 2.25 seconds. I feel
Yeah,
like
it
that's the
used to
best part
be-
of it.
It used to be 1.5, right? I think the funniest part of it to me is it knocks back depending on how far you've moved in the last 3 seconds. So if you have a run up, you go fly.
It's quite funny. I think the reason why normal punch is good is forget the illusion, right? That can be good, but I think the main part is you give Darkseer a 14-second cooldown stun. That's a hero who doesn't have a stun, now has a stun. It's just nice to have more crowd control.
I don't know have you played Darkseer with his new axe?
No, I'm not a massive fan, but some people are.
Yeah, so you know McDo. He was spamming it in ranked for a while because he had like a period of spamming ranked naturally. He was going axe like first or second item because it's just insane for farming.
Oh yeah, it does last a very long time, I guess, and it also gives you more health.
Yeah, two charges is the main thing. You can put 2 on a quick wave instantly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Destroy the creep wave. Okay, there was very little fighting actually. It was basically just a rune trade. Like you have the rune, you have the rune. That's it. Or we have a prediction going, but we don't have many viewers in chat at the moment, so I think not many points going either way. Although I do still have 26 subs, so any sub, feel free to use your rally cry emote if someone gets killed in a tragic way.
Oh, there's no Ross this time, so we're not going to see any exclamation mark Rosses in chat.
We somehow see it anyway, to be honest. Not entirely sure why, but
I think that's more of a this person has pulled a exclamation mark Ross, I guess.
yeah, he's got a name for himself, but he's had a lot of good plays as well. A lot of good plays and a lot of very tragic plays. Oh, imagine not getting the ranged last hit. So Nat is playing Wind Ranger mid against AOD. Quite an annoying matchup for Wind Ranger in a way. But we'll see. Oh, nice deny from Juju. Juju has so much base damage.
Yeah, he has very high base stats.
Why is it so high? Oh, Nat still gets the deny. Very good patience.
He's getting like 12, I think, from his items.
1, 2, 3,
6,
8, 9, 11. 11 base damage. That's a lot of base damage. What's the highest you can actually get?
What, from base items?
Yeah.
I would imagine like 3 or 4 mantles of intelligence, right? So that's 150 each. Sorry, 3 each. Why am I saying 150? That's the gold cost.
2, 3, 4, 5. Can you buy 2 mantles? Let's have a look at lane. See if anything's happening. Can you buy 2 mantles? Is 6, and 4 fairy fires is 8. That's 14, right? That must be the highest. Or can you buy
something like that?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's not worth it at this point. Oh, wow. First blood happened in the top lane. Veteran got it. He's very low on HP. I think he may go down. He's got 4 stacks of bristle quill spray, but he's going to be okay.
I'm kind of shocked that was the first blood lane. It seems like a very passive lane other than bristle quills, but they don't have any way to guarantee.
Well, they killed a Chen.
Yeah.
And a Chen who also has a headdress. Headdress going and an point in Divine Favor. That's a lot of free health regen, but actually they did manage to find first blood there.
I'm kind of confused how they managed that. He had the magic resist aura, and it was just a lucent beam. The splinter blast wasn't even used for that kill.
If you weren't so damn
Oh, he's
desperate.
looking for another creep. There's no creep though.
Yeah.
They've actually blocked their own camp. That is really clever. I guess he doesn't know where it is. It's there.
It's a shame it's not like here because it would have caught that ward otherwise.
Oh, he's found it. Okay. That's really clever. Blocking your own small camp is absolutely necessary against Chen because Chen is so good with the small creeps. Yeah, some of those creeps are game winning, especially the Harpy. I reckon the Harpy just wins the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So blocking your own camp is smart. But then Roids dewarded it. Going for a stack.
So I'm not a Sanking player, but do you normally take Caustic level 2 against a dual range hero lane?
It's got a massive range, to be honest, but I would probably have taken a point of Burrow Strike just in case I needed it. He's got no regen left, and he's only on 287 HP. Not the most base regen on a Sand King. 4. It's okay, but he's obviously been harassed out quite a lot by Doige's Silencer. And who else is he against? He is against a Shadow Demon who is spamming Shadow Poison.
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed if they didn't buy a wand against him, but Wobber seems to be having a pretty rough time of it.
Yeah, he does have a full wand already, but...
I also just realised, is this a support Darkseer?
Is it a Darkseer 4? Yeah, Darkseer 4 is not super uncommon. It used to be played a fair bit.
What does it... Would Sand King 4 not be better? I feel like the hero does more with less farm though, right?
I don't know. I mean, Sand King can rush the Blink Dagger really, really early, whereas Darkseer doesn't really need a lot, to be honest. He's already got a full wand as well. They both have a full wand.
I guess my point is more that Darkseer doesn't do a whole lot of that XP, whereas Sand King can sort of do a bit.
Yes,
like
Darkseer doesn't need items. He needs XP. Whereas Sand King, well, kind of needs a bit of both, actually. He wants the Blink Dagger, but he does also want some levels, especially if he doesn't max Burrow Strike. So I think it does make sense to me, but that is the problem with Darkseer 4. He is desperate for experience. That hero needs XP more than he needs anything else in the game, Darkseer.
I guess my concern for the Darkseer here is what
Going on veteran.
Ooh.
Going hard.
They've
We're
got
actually
some
going
software
aggressive.
there.
We've got spamming Viscous Nasal Goo as well. One more, and that might be a kill. One more.
What the stocks ran out?
One more. One more.
no,
Another
no.
one more. Okay, he does get the kill. I think he's going to
might
go
be
down
dead.
to the tower. No, Bristleback reducing the damage. Not quite enough. But is it worth it? I mean, you have killed the core, so I think maybe.
Honestly, probably. But no, what I was gonna say is, I think Darkseer, like as a support here, kind of struggles to have impact because if you're not getting the aura items or anything, your ult doesn't really do much for your team here because you're not really getting much off of the illusions. So your only real contribution is going to be vacuum in team fights.
But I
and
don't
then
feel
maybe a
like
bit of damage.
I completely agree with that. But I don't feel like Darkseer really needs to have like a massive illusion impact in order to be an impactful hero. Just the vacuum and the slow from the wall and all the disruption created by the illusions and the surge, I think it's actually enough. I've had lots of games where I go, this has been a great Darkseer game. Look at the end scoreboard. I've barely done any damage with the illusions. But just vacuum and surge in itself are incredible spells. So
I guess his one saving grace here is if he manages just to catch the Chen with the wall, he will get like a free mech aura, which he might not be able to get at any point soon. Because I don't imagine Sand is getting one.
That's true. Also, you've got people who combo with vacuum in this game. You've got the Sand King's Burrow Strike Epicenter. You've got the Winter Wyvern's Curse. You can curse the whole team. You've got the Eclipse when you bring everyone together. So there's definitely some good synergy with the vacuum. I mean, that's the best part of Darkseer's kit, right? In my opinion, it's the ultimate spell.
For vacuum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, the extra stun duration of it doesn't even say. Oh, it does if you press the ult. Okay, it's weird that it doesn't show that.
0.6 seconds. I mean, it's a small stun, but it's a very, very powerful, very, very powerful effect.
Just the AOE talent. I think that talent's way better than people give it credit for. Because it's AOE's in radius, I believe, not diameter.
But do you
So
take
that's actually-
vacuum radius or do you take Iron Shell radius?
I think it's support, surely you take the vacuum, right?
Yeah, I like the vacuum radius, but vacuum's already massive. If I think I was a sort of core Darkseer, I might actually consider Iron Shell radius because Iron Shell has a very tiny radius, so going up 75 is a massive improvement.
I think
Where's-
actually, with the way radius works, that like it becomes more effective the more you have. So I think that's actually like it's not even like a 30% increase. It's actually like a 50% area increase. If
Ooh,
that makes
Juju's
sense.
going to go for a kill on Wind Ranger. Not quite. I reckon if you just dropped the ult, that would have been a kill. Whoa, Nat. That's quite aggressive. That's very aggressive, Nat.
Juju's half mana, so I don't know if it would do that much damage.
Okay,
Maybe
kill his
now.
illusions. Still got some attacks.
He needs the passive to proc to have enough damage.
I mean,
I think.
Nat can maybe kill Juju. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, because Shadow Demon is just sitting here. Oh, there we go. Big power shot to the face. Ops his Fairy Fire. He's hiding. Okay, no, it's not going to get baited because Somewhat is just sitting mid.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Bam. Didn't even need the damage from Astral. Damage from Sanities was actually enough.
I guess in some ways, OD's bit high base damage is sort of offset by the attack speed in the same way that Freeance is, because his base attack time, I was checking it earlier, it was like 1.7 at the start of the game, or something stupidly bad.
Oh, OD's is like 1.9, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty
I
bad.
think it is actually the worst in the game. Oh, Bristleback taking a lot of damage, but firing out so many quills. Oh, but the massive one charge is coming out from Veteran. He has 6 stacks of quill spray, taking a lot of damage, but of course Chen is the least aggressive hero out there. Power shot, bam, easy kill. Beautiful.
OD TPing top? Okay.
He is, but it's a bit
And,
too
and
late.
walking back mid. What?
Too late. I mean, now we've got mid Shadow Demon. This game is kind of all over the place. But some nice kills from the Dire. Veteran will be happy with those. He's doing pretty well in the farming department. Not quite as many last hits as a Silencer.
Dire seems to be opting for the 2 offlaners strategy, where they just put one in the jungle. So one was just from farming the jungle.
I feel like that's the wrong way around almost. Don't you feel like Darkseer should be farming the jungle? Veteran
I
finds
guess
yet
we're-
another kill on Bristleback.
Oh, wow.
Using the Eclipse. Again,
That
nearly
is-
dies.
Not what you want to see from an early game Bristleback. You
Or
want it to be the other
dying.
way around.
He's 2-3-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've not had such a good lane, but the aggression coming out from Noodles and Veteran has been really, really good.
It doesn't feel like a lane that should be getting that many kills. I can see how Eclipse would if you get caught out, but Wyvern doesn't really contribute much to kills other than a bit of slow from
Well,
Arctic
no, it's
Burn.
got a decent amount of damage. I mean, you start off fights with Arctic Burn, then Splinter Blast hits really hard. I think, look,
It
they just
does,
chase them
it's not
down. They
dodgeable.
just chase them down. Okay, not quite enough. Didn't find the Splinter Blast. That's a lot of mana he used for that. Somewhat. He's again returned to top lane. I mean, he's all over the place. Because Doige is fine by himself. I guess that's the benefit of a ranged core. Doesn't need so much babysitting. Silencer is quite a strong hero. Doesn't need to be looked after.
Somewhat really likes multiple points in Shadow Poison. I'm not sure if I agree with it or not because it's so much mana. But
It's been a very highly contested
yeah,
talking point because we've seen people max it and we've seen people just get 1 point, Shadow Demons. So we've seen everything. They will finally get a kill on Veteran. Yep, they had 3 heroes there, so that was a determined gank. Royd's being irritating with the mana burn creep.
I'm curious what the Sand King and Darkseer was building.
Well,
Sand King's going for the Yules first, by the looks of it.
Early Tranquil Boots, which is an interesting choice. And Darkseer has not revealed anything yet. Both managing to get some farm. I mean, think about that, though. 44 last hits on Sand King and 25 on Debate Mail. So if you just go by raw amount of last hits per lane, technically they're ahead.
The Radiant supports aren't really punishing Wobber for doing
Oh,
this.
Global Silence has been used. Global Silence
They're
on the
trying to get
Dire,
top.
but
Yeah.
I'm not sure they were really going to get anything of that. Veteran doesn't have Eclipse. 2 Shadow Poison stacks. Somewhat going for a 3rd one. Does get the 3rd one. Can he get a 4th one? No, he has no mana. But 3 is still a decent amount of damage. I agree. I wouldn't max Shadow Poison. I would be... not if I was playing support Shadow Demon anyway.
So
Mid I
expensive.
would. But yeah, it's an expensive spell. I mean, I actually congratulate the Dire team in the off lane. They didn't have a great lane, and they managed to get quite a lot of farm. But Sand King has 48 last hits after being pushed out of lane entirely. That's pretty good.
How do you
Darkseer
feel
level
about-
7 as well.
Okay, I thought that was that.
There are
actually,
so many heroes here.
But it doesn't
Juju's running at them.
He's got nothing else to do. Put them in a max rank imprisonment. Bit of damage onto Wobble, but he's going to be fine. Burrow strikes
How much
away.
damage it's really hard to calculate the Eclipse damage because it's 0.4, which is a really weird number. Actually, it's
Well,
slightly less than half the difference.
40% of the difference between your mana
Yeah.
and their mana. And is it maximum mana difference?
It's current mana.
Is it?
Yeah.
What? Are you sure?
Between your mana and the target's mana.
I thought
which
it
is
was
different.
maximum mana.
No. It is current. So if they're on 0 mana and you're on full, it's going to do a lot of damage.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you burn their mana, it actually does more damage?
Yeah. Which is partly why the
You sure
silencer
that's
thing
true?
works
That
quite well.
sounds insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea, right? That you reduce their mana ability W.
Yeah, have a look.
tower is under attack.
I swear it didn't used to be like that, but he's changed so many times, I can't be certain.
It may well have been max mana.
The
at one point, I
damage
don't
is
remember.
based on the maximum... Oh, wait, never mind. We'll have to look for a kill. Royds is being chased by Nat. Will Juju save him? Yes, Hand of God is used. There's the 250 heal. We've got the Meteor Hammer already. Meteor Hammer onto Nat. But here comes the ultimate from Wobber. A bit of a turnaround. Juju was not expecting this. And in fact, he ends up dying.
I don't know if an Eclipse would have killed him there or not.
I'm not sure. He had about 450 HP. It is maximum mana, by the way. Not
Is it?
current mana. Yeah, damage is based on the maximum mana pool of OD and the hit enemies, not the current mana. So there you
Interesting.
go. So it's it doesn't matter how much mana they have maximum, but you do steal maximum mana when
Yeah,
you use
which
your
is why it's
Astral Imprisonment, and you're gaining maximum mana too. So that's really what matters. But no, if you use it on a hero who's you will not one-shot them. Well, if they're a hero like I think the best hero to ult is Troll Warlord. He's about 1 int gain, about a max mana pool of about 100.
Well, I guess the downside to that is if you astral them, you're not reducing it by that much. So it's probably
True.
gonna be
Steal
about
it
the
from
same.
other people, then one-shot Troll.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
don't
you
know if
one-shot
caught
Troll
this,
anyway, right? You always one-shot Troll.
But the Silencer is building a Maelstrom first item.
Dire's top tower
Right
is
now.
under attack.
I just don't know if that's the item that Silencer needs. It does help him farm, but it's still a weird item.
There's some logic behind it, I think, because the idea is you get this and then you take the Ag Shards, which makes you have a bouncing blade, which can Maelstrom proc twice.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it does let you farm, to be fair. I would have gone Midas, to be honest, instead.
Yeah, I think Midas first might have been good because you
'Cause
do benefit quite a bit from attack speed.
You do. 24 attack damage is not very useful on Silencer, but having 45 attack speed, is it 40? Having 40 attack speed is actually very useful. So let's have a look at net worths now. Luna on top, so that's Veteran having a good time. But then it is 3 Radiant heroes. Nat is, Nat's gone for a beautiful shackle, but Somewhat is always here. But it doesn't matter because Wobber's going to go straight away for the stun. That was a very, very early power shot. And I think Juji may escape. Well, he's just going to keep himself in imprisonment. They have so much control between those 2 heroes. Nat is still diving. Full power shot. Beautiful power shot. Straight in. Somewhat's in a lot of trouble now, yeah. There he is. But meanwhile, something's going on top of him. Veteran will go down. There's been a lot of kills all over the place. So double kill for Roids and Miles, which is really good. You know, we talked about you need a good start on Bristle. Bristle was 2-0, then he was 2-3, now he's 5-3. I mean, he's all over the place. Top net worth, yeah.
Well, I guess he's got the hood now, which helps a lot. He's also got a raindrop, so he just decided, I don't want to die to Eclipse anymore.
Yeah, he's gone... I like that. Raindrop's clever. Phase boots and hood. So he's fast, he hits hard, he's got armor, he's got the health regen, he's got the shield. I mean, Bristleback basically has to get the Eternal Shroud. It is so good on him.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you get a pipe or a shroud here? Because I feel like Chen might get a pipe later on.
I feel like you need a shroud on that hero. It's just... The stupid thing about Shroud is that every time you get a Quill Spray proccing from Bristleback, it heals you. So it is so hard to kill Bristleback if you can't break him. Who on the Dire is going to break him? No one.
Yeah, no, not
Literally
I think
no one.
in the draft, not unless they get a Silver's Edge, no.
So Eternal Shroud, best item ever. As long as you're facing away from the enemy team, you cannot die. Oh, there's the Maelstrom proc. Whoa, that Maelstrom tearing Debate Mail apart. If only he had a point in last word. Never mind, he gets another Maelstrom proc.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a lot of damage. It's 140 magic damage. So, yeah, I mean, he's thinking this is a good item.
Yeah, so I was almost right. He's getting a Witch's Blade, then the Axe Shard. I feel like at this point he'd probably just get the Axe Shard, although it depends how fast he farms, I guess.
I guess Gleipnir is a good item for Silencer eventually because it does give 30 intelligence. Another shackle, but then Dude just kept in place. Wobber comes in with the stun, cancelling the Meteor Hammer. Is Nat just going to hold his ground? He cannot be auto-attacked. Wobber thought about using his ult, then cancelled it. Nice shackle again. Nat with the perfect shackles. We are going to go with the full epicenter. Is Nat going to die? Almost is he going to die from the creeps? Yes, he will die to Chen's creeps. Bait Mel, he's turned up. Drop the wall, drop the wall, drop the wall. Misses the wall. Oh no, that is not what you want to see, but it doesn't matter because Somewhat was here to save him anyway.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. I think I'd like to see Juju be a bit more liberal with his ultimate. Like, he used it there, but the last couple of fights he hadn't used it, and it probably would have been back off cooldown by now anyway.
A lot of stolen mana as well. It hits hard, even at rank 1. And the mana multiplier always stays the same, but it just does more base damage. It also has more radius, and it has lower cooldown. There is a talent to improve the multiplier, which I think now is better. It used to be a very small improvement. Now it's a pretty significant improvement.
It is up against 20 strength, though. That's like 400 health. 20
strength is a lot of strength for a hero like OD. Yeah, that's true. It's hard, because I mean, here's a 200 health talent as well, so if you go for both of those, that's a lot of HP.
Yeah, that's like, you do have a pretty good stat gain, and you tend to build stuff like, some ODs build Bloodstone, which gives you a lot of health anyway, so maybe you skip it.
I like to get Scythe Device, to be honest. I feel like Scythe and Blink are just too good. I wouldn't pass them up.
I think Blink's a lot of fun on 4OD because obviously you can Ashra yourself and then blink out a bit like Puck does.
Or Astral In for perfect positioning. A couple of auto attacks on their core and one-shot them with the ultimate.
Yeah.
Well, he shows that illusion with the ultimate.
Got him.
It's okay. At least it's a low cooldown ability. Oh, here we go. Meteor Hammer, but Noodles, he cancels it. Oh, here comes. As the stun was a little bit unfortunate, but it doesn't matter because they've got them all together. In fact, no, it does. They're actually going to get away. A lot of damage going out from the Dire. Hand of God used just in case. We use the mech too. A lot of healing. Look how many creeps there are here. Never mind, Doid managed to find a kill on Debate Mail. Not entirely sure where that happened. Fight still rages on. In fact, Somewhat finds the kill on Noodles. Manages to get enough long-range Shadow Poison stacks. Really good Shadow Demon play.
So, yeah, there's basically 2 builds of OD I've seen in terms of mid, which is one like the Blink Ags kind of build, and the other one is kind of if you play it a bit more like a Medusa, where you're like a walking indestructible turret, because you get a lot of spell lifesteal off of the Bloodstone, and then you hit 25, and that spell lifesteal talent stacks with it, and you essentially have like 60% spell lifesteal on everything you do, including right clicks.
That talent used to be about 15% spell lifesteal. It's pathetic. I mean, Bristleback's one is 13%. This is the difference is almost unfair. OD gets 30% and Bristleback gets 13%. That's a level 25 talent. What that shows is just how much that even Valve sort of valued spell lifesteal on Bristleback, and why Eternal Shroud at 40% is just so good.
I think for the longest time, spell lifesteal in general wasn't really used. Like, it was on Bloodstone, but it was never the reason you got. No,
Oh,
sorry,
there's the
Octarine.
blink. Bit of an unnecessary blink, but I
He's
think
dead.
Deutsch is in a little bit of trouble. Global Silence is not
Wow.
really going to be worth it because his team, they were trying to come. I mean, I want to see how well Royd's Micros his triple Mud Golem army.
Is that hero mid? Oh, it is. Max
There
is
goes
fine,
one, there goes another, there goes another. Just perma stunning him. I mean,
Got one.
you have triple, but if you put all those stuns together, it's still only 1.8. Not a great ability.
That's enough.
Oh, taking a lot of damage on the Bristleback, but still doing quite a lot of damage. He actually gets a kill. Can you believe it? And do you know why he got the kill? Solar Crest doing a lot of damage, taking away 8 armor. Now he's going in. Look at this madman.
Manly. Oh, no.
He can't die. He's just too strong. 730 Miles, absolute god, top of net worth. This is not the first time we've seen a Miles Bristleback do so well, and that is really good for the Radiant. Interesting that he didn't rush the Eternal Shroud. He actually went for a full Solar Crest, which...
He's up the shroud now.
Okay, has he? Wow. I mean, do you see
He
that
just
on
loves it.
Bristleback very often? It makes sense to me. Move speed, attributes, mana regen, armor,
Nice
remove the
armor.
enemy armor, slow them down. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't think you get a lot out of the minus armor this game because your other cores don't utilize it that well, but it's still pretty nice.
Oh,
It's
that's
like-
true.
It's
If
like
your
in particular,
team-
I think.
Yeah, if your
Up
team
one.
utilised it more, maybe it'd be better. But it's still a lot of minus armor for yourself. I mean, you're removing armor with Viscous Nasal Goo anyway, so remove it even more, slow them down from range. It's yeah,
Yeah.
it gives
think,
you a lot of good stats.
So I think I mentioned spell lifesteal, so obviously Shroud's quite good. It's something that was.
Oh, here
really
comes the
on
team fight. We've got the
Nevermind.
vacuum wall, but it's only got 2 illusions. There is a stun. We are trying to bring
They
down the
kill him.
tank is here in existence. We can't bring him down.
Yeah.
He's popped the Eternal Shroud. He's got infinite mana. He's taking a lot of damage from the tower, but he's building up the core spray stacks. Out comes a beautiful
away.
shackle from that. Goes into the ultimate. Has the Maelstrom doing quite a lot of damage, but Juju's just going to put him in imprisonment. Out comes Wobbler, but
And
no
block.
ultimate, no epicenter. We've dropped the Eclipse, but it's just out healed. Sanity's Eclipse not going to do enough damage. Out comes the,
Oh
the
my God.
heal. Look at the damage. We are chasing. Yeah, the wrong Eclipse. Sorry, there's 2 Eclipses this game, but now Veteran is here. He hasn't even popped his Eclipse, doesn't even need to. He's just using Mask of Madness and going to right click. This looks like a really good fight for the Dire.
Eclipse now.
Now Eclipse is being used, but
Oh.
I mean, Bristleback does not really care, so he's just going to back off, but they still managed to kill a couple of heroes, so they're going to be happy with that. And it was a nice hold under the tower.
But yeah, for the longest time, the only thing with spell lifesteal was Octarine, and obviously they moved that to Bloodstone, which I think was a really nice change because I think heroes that build Bloodstone tend to benefit a lot from spell lifesteal. So, like less Shrike, Storm Spirit,
Yeah, Octarine
stuff like that.
is now cast range as well as
Yes.
cooldown reduction and 725 mana. I think that's nice because cooldown reduction and cast range seem to synergize a bit more, and then you can, and spell amp and spell lifesteal tend to synergize more as well. So I think it
Yeah.
was a clever change.
He also, mid lane.
Mid lane.
He's not going to be hammer. Never mind, he's probably fine. Unless.
Yeah. Never mind, he gets ulted. A lot of damage coming out from OD, but he only got rank 2 Arcane Orb, so he can't spam it. Out comes the Manta Star. It's not going to be enough. Oh, he actually keeps himself
That's
alive.
Astral.
But he is
Yeah,
going
you
to
don't
die.
need to have that. He's dead.
He's going to die from the Astral, man. What on earth
Yeah.
kill? He had like 50 HP.
Yeah, I don't know about max essence life. So I think you take like 2 or 3 points in that. And then
Yeah,
leave it
you
there.
want the max orb, don't you? So you can spam it.
You don't normally as like a support or offlane because you don't get enough attack speed. But I think when you've got this, you must like farm. I guess he's not actually that high up the network.
I think the difference is the cooldown goes from 2 to 0. I mean, he had it on 3 and it could be 0. That's when you're going for a kill. That's what you need, right?
I think having the attack speed talent helps a lot. Usually, as the other roles, you tend to take the health.
Yeah, the attack speed talent is nice. Silencer also has an attack speed talent. He has the Witchblade. He's going straight for BKB, which is a nice defensive Silencer item. I think he does need it.
Yeah, so he's got the Maelstrom, but he's now not getting the eggs, which is the egg shard.
Does he not? Maybe he doesn't need it. He's got Maelstrom. What is going on top lane? Miles is taking a tier 2 tower by himself. Really does not care. I mean, the thing is, can they stop him? I literally don't think they can.
It
mean,
might take them a while. They don't have
Veteran
a-
is level
they don't have a
13. This is level 60. Never mind. Now they're going to come. They're going to drop literally everything. And they will finally bring him down.
Gotta give him the old kitchen sink.
Yeah, they did. Oh, they definitely did. They dropped literally everything on him. I mean, Noodles ults OD just to cancel his Meteor Hammer. I'm not entirely sure that was the right play. Then he blinks out because he got auto attack literally no times. So Interesting
Oh,
use of
sounds
ult.
good.
Now Doige is here, so that's not the great position. But Nat comes in, uses the shackle, realizes that we can't fight that. The Witchblade does so much damage on Silencer.
I don't think Silence got in from that, but I could be wrong.
Silencer didn't get the kill, so maybe
No.
not.
He's taken the int talent, but he's only got stolen 4 int so far. He's not really been in fights to get any, so I'm not sure if that's worthwhile.
Well,
We'll see.
he's got it ready for next time.
I guess. He's level 18 already, actually. It's pretty high level.
I mean, the levels are all over the place this game because Luna is only level 14. Veteran, despite seeming to have a decent game, decent start, he is very low level. 14 Luna, but level 18. Wow, we have a big fight going on here. 3-man stun from Wobber, then the vacuum. Power shot goes through. Royd's using the Hand of God. Global Silence pops as well, but it's just not going to be enough. And that, they are going to chase down Royds. Royds doesn't get shackled. It does not matter. There's no way he is escaping from this. Nice stun from Wobber. Beautiful 3-man kill. I mean, it was a 3 versus 3 fight, right? It wasn't not like they outnumbered them, but just great engagement.
I think if you're the Silencer there, as soon as you see the shackle thrown out, you need to global, because they're going to jump on you with a vacuum and everything.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a little bit too late. But Veteran is now level 15, and Silencer's 18, so that was a very high level kill, right? Killing a level 18 Silencer, going to help stabilize the XP a little bit. In fact, the XP has jumped now into Dire's favor, despite them being so far behind. So many heroes got levels from that.
Okay, so Agshar check. Silencer's now decided to go back and buy it.
Good. ODs is
Miles has one.
rubbish. That one's rubbish. I like Bristleback's one a lot. I think it's incredible. Chen's teleport them home. The old ability. Dark's is funny.
Double damage.
His actually wasn't too bad.
Oh, goodbye. Very quick. I mean, it's double damage on Wind Ranger. What did you expect? You are going to go
BKB
down.
actually. Jesus, that's a very fast BKB on Wind Ranger. Normally
Yeah, but you
blink
need
or
it.
something first.
I think
That's
you need
true.
it this game. So,
Oh.
actually, do you? It's
No, not
I mean,
really.
it stops you being put into imprisonment. Out comes the stun. Just stun onto Silencer. Oh, cancels the
Okay.
epi. Now goes for the epi. Vacuum. Vacuum epi. It only gets 2 people. Doige is going to go down. That is your pos 1, but I don't think Bristol's going to die because he is a very tanky hero, but he's being slowed a lot. Juju doesn't get the meteor hammer off because he is spotted. Look at the damage Nat is doing. He's still got the double damage rune. Another beautiful shackle. Do we have the stun? We're just holding it in place because we're waiting for the Burrow Strike stun. And there's the stun. Veteran turns up, pops the full eclipse because why not pop everything to kill Bristleback? You might as well. Amazing set of kills for the Dire. Beautiful team fight there.
Anywhere.
Honestly, that's just very unfortunate for Miles. He walked uphill to try and help the Silencer, got shackled to him. The Silencer died. He then walked away into someone else and got shackled to that other person.
Yeah, a bit of a shackle magnet, don't we feel?
Yeah. Yeah, Miles has now said, yeah, okay, I need a BKB after that.
Yeah, I think he's realised. You might be tanky on him, but if you're controlled, it doesn't really matter, does it?
He had an Octarine core queued up, which I'm not sure if I agree with it or not.
Master
because I
Manus
think-
has been popped, and the Radiant, they don't have Glyph, so guess what's going to happen? Luna's hitting your base with the Manta style. Goodbye, base.
You need to be cautious around the Sang. He does have a blink.
He does. I think the base is going down.
Dead.
Yep. 26-minute racks. Yuji blinks
Odie
in.
blinks in.
He finds one person. Meteor hammer. Oh, I'm not entirely sure you're going to get that off. Absolutely don't think so. Vacuumed in, but do we have any follow-up? Nat trying to go in on Roids. They've used everything on him, but he just pops the BKB. They use the global heal. Now comes out the silence. They've also used the ult from Shadow Demon onto Nat, but Nat is not taking any damage because he's in BKB. And I don't think this is a fight Radiant want to fight. Or do they? That's quite low. Oh, he gets killed. Dropped the hammer. Astral Eclipse. So Sanity's Eclipse. And Veteran, he is on the run. Uses Manta style. There's an ult just to keep Juju in place. He's going to keep running. There's also a bit of a chase going into Wobber, but Wobber has Yules in a second. Oh my god, the damage that Bristleback just did. Incredible.
That was, 8 stacks, I want to say, on him.
And he
That was
gets
a lot.
so much Warpath. He was hitting it really hard. So they dropped everything to try and save the Chen. They used the Hand of God. They Solar Crested him. In the end, they didn't actually use one of their save abilities. You know, OD or Shadow Demon, they weren't able to save him. They just healed him, tried to protect him, but it wasn't enough. He did go down. They've taken the racks. Nice bit of a comeback from the Radiant, but the Dire are still winning this.
I don't think Radiant can push quite as fast as Dire did there. By the time they get through this tier 2, they will be back up.
Yeah, you've got a lot of defensive heroes as well. Wyvern and Darkseer. Don't really want to push into Darkseer. Quite difficult to push into.
Dire's middle tower now belongs to the Aegis.
So since getting this int talent, the Silencer has got stolen a whole 4 int.
Wow. Because he dies first every single team fight. I mean, he hasn't turned up to
Yeah.
too many fights. His score is 2-3-3, but they kill him very, very quickly. They just find him and they immediately delete him. So he needs to stay back. He needs to get that BKB up. He's getting fairly close to it. Couple of nice neutral items there.
Ceremonial Robe on OD is quite fun. It increases the duration of your stun from Meteor Hammer, and it gives you 350 int for your ult damage.
Dream Sand King item, though. That's
Yeah.
what Sand King needs by more than anything else. Such a good item.
Banking's building a Halberd now, actually.
Halberd's good against OD. It's good against Silencer. They're both ranged
Yeah.
heroes who really need
Nat.
to attack.
Nat.
Oh, Wobber's got in. Nat, we're going to drop the
He's
full
dead.
ultimate. This is another kill, yeah. It might have been the Guardian Greaves, but it's just not enough. Juju, nice. Noodles holding him in place, getting his team ready to go on in. We've dropped the wall preemptively. We're ready to go. There's a shackle into the tree, but Wobber, he knows. Yeah, I'm going to go for the next person. Somewhat trying to keep himself alive. Nat blinks right on top of him. Yes, the Shadiman ult was used. A lot of damage coming out from his second ability.
Oh no, on by
And
one.
the chase continues. And Wobber, he's always looking for the next person. There is a buyback from Doige, but it's just a little bit too late. There's going to be the kill. I think Miles not going to be killed. But still, that's a lot of good kills. However, they cannot do a lot more pushing. Why? Tier 1 still alive in one lane and Tier 2 in the other.
no.
Never mind, they're still trying. Oh no, here comes the BKB. That's buyback used. Doige is dead yet again. 90-second death. That is a dieback. And Nat knew. He went blink, BKB, and he just ran straight at him. You don't even need a lot of damage to kill that Sansa. He's not a tanky hero. All Nat has is a Maelstrom and what, 24 damage coming off a BKB? And it's still
really
enough.
Yeah, it's really depressing, but you might just need to go Scepter on this core Silencer.
Yeah, you got to sit there and think, what is killing me? And what can I do? He's still trying to build the BKB, but he's quite far away. It is a little bit sad.
He lost about 1,000 gold there towards that BKB from that dieback.
I mean, Nat is absolutely tearing this game apart as his core Wind Ranger. Now going for a Lincoln's on the Wind Ranger. Just to stop himself being put into imprisonments, probably.
Yeah.
Shadow Demon ulti as well.
Yeah, Rosh Shadow Demon ult while you're in
BKB.
yeah, I don't know why I blanked on what the name of BKB is. Clearly I'm not
Yeah,
buying
quite
enough
a useful
mods.
ability. Oh, outpost captured. Just in time as well to steal the extra XP. So Dire getting some more XP, getting some gold, getting the bounty runes. Now they're taking Roche. Roche obviously going for Nats. I'll show you.
Dire have a much better Roche team fight with Epicenter and Vacuum and everything. It's quite hard to fight into that.
Yeah, they didn't pick a team with a lot of team fight.
No, okay, OD has a BKB, that'll help.
It will. 9,000 net worth difference. So it's still not over, but the Dire are in a really good spot. They need to take some towers. They've only just taken the tier 1 there. There's a full tier 2 to take there, and nearly a full 1 bot as well. And that is slowly running towards the lane.
I'm kind of surprised they put the Cloak of Flames on OD and not the Bristle. I feel
Yeah, you don't get the effect on it so much if you're OD. You're not near people.
No. I feel like you also benefit a lot more from the Ceremonial Robe on OD than Silencer does. Because
Yes.
Silencer just gets mana out of it, which doesn't really help him that much at all.
Cloak
you
of
need to-
Flames radius 375 on silence on Ceremonial Robe 1200.
Like looking at these radiant neutral items in the menu, I'd like shift them all one to the left. I give Silencer the
Yeah, 350 mana for OD. That should be a dream come true for him.
and the
Okay,
twin for
he
Silencer,
goes in.
yeah, music
Out comes the
innovation.
Meteor Hammer. Perfect Meteor Hammer, but he was ready with the BKB. Yes, Global Silence was used, but Veteran just immediately gets rid of it. Now he's been ulted by Shadim, so he's going to drop the Eclipse. There's a lot of creeps in the way. Super Noodle's holding some people in place, not doing a lot with this Eclipse. Jabekma taking so much damage to Bristleback, does manage to get the wall ult off at the same time. Juju drops the hammer, but Nat is just relentlessly chasing him. I don't think Juju can escape. He drops the shackle on someone else. He's still trying to find Juju. Out comes a power shot, really well placed. And then he blinks away. Never mind, we're blinking in. We're going in further. Can we kill Doige? That is the kill you need to find. Doige doing quite a lot of damage. Keep himself alive with the Yules. Still trying to chase him. Wobber, can you kill him? Out comes the power shot. Yes, that will get the kill. But in fact, the Dire, they're losing a lot of heroes. I mean, what has been happening in this fight? I need to watch a replay of
Need
this.
to kill the Wind Ranger.
Wind Ranger is still going, but... I mean, Wind Ranger died. Now going to get the ult off. Going to kill somewhat, because he did go for the... Didn't go for the
Yeah,
shackle
they have
shot
all the
duration.
damage.
But actually, it's still enough. The triple kill from that. But
Oh, the damage.
it's now a 2 versus 2. I'm amazed the Radiant have done as well as they have. Who got all these kills on the Radiant? I mean, Juju got one.
I think Miles was just doing a lot of damage over time because they weren't able to kill him.
Let's watch the replay. I don't know how much of the game we're going to find.
Yeah, fight recap. The Bristleback did 7,000 damage.
Did 7? Wow. So actually, it was basically in the back. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn off the replay because we can't really see a lot now. And Nat does manage to find another kill on Royds.
It's agreed though.
We're gonna find out.
It's BKB.
BKB. He has to BKB it though. Has the Lincolns now, so that shouldn't happen to him again. But still, I mean, that shows the power of Miles. That even though it was a very uneven fight, they were fighting with a net worth disadvantage and with the Roche. And yeah, Bristol just killed everyone.
I think if I'm Juju here, I think I really want nags, because then you can use one aggressively and still use one to save whoever gets Wind Ranger altered, and it's also a Lincoln's breaker.
Yes, I guess that's true. I mean, alternatively, you try to go for Scythe, and then you can just Astral Scythe.
Are you ever going to do it in that order, though? I feel like you...
Nat is just sitting here in Invis. Juju is level 17, Nat is level 24.
Yeah,
Bristol's level 22. Bristle is by far the strongest hero on the Radiant side right now.
Poor
Sans is struggling.
You were saying ceremonial robe for Sand King, and there it is. It's just been dropped. I don't know if he's going to take it or not, though.
Very nice. Interesting that Dark's net worth is 11,500. He is so close in net worth, actually, to the OD.
But you must have Paul the Silencer is actually.
Yeah, poor.
That's
he's
not
really
good.
poor. I mean, he looks like he's a support, right? Where he is.
I think it's the dieback. I'm kind of surprised he didn't take the attack range, because I feel like you just really want to be really far away as Silencer.
Dropped his ult, didn't have the vision. Nat, I want to see what level 25 talent he'll go for. I feel like he'll go for 25% cooldown reduction, but because it also lowers the cooldown of Lincolns.
Yeah, I think the cooldown reduction is just so good in general. He's also got the Shackle Shot cooldown talent, so potentially he could get an Octarine later for the Perma Shackle.
Oh, and he just found another item. As we were talking about cooldown reduction, he's put the Quickening Charm in. He's going to take level 25 talent soon, I hope. He has taken the cooldown reductions. He has a lot of cooldown reduction. 8-second Lincolns, 20-second ultimate. Shackle has a 5.3-second cooldown.
Do you consider Octarine now that you've got both of these? Because you get permanent Shackle on 2 heroes if you get that.
I feel like no, you just get more damage because he doesn't have much damage, does he? I mean, this is the incredible thing about Wind Ranger, right? On Wind Rangers, I tend to go MKB, Daedalus, you think more damage, more damage. He doesn't need damage. He's got almost pure tank and he's still killing everyone.
Yeah, I think the only person he can't really kill is the Bristle, but I think this is mostly because the OD and Silencer both aren't very... I don't want to say they're not tanky, because I think OD is fairly...
Yeah, then you don't need a ton of damage, do you? You're not trying to take down a Dragon Knight. You're just trying to kill OD and Silencer. They are squishy enough. Just the Maelstrom plus the ult is actually enough. And he did take the Focus Fire reduction talent.
Silencer finally has the second part of his BKB.
Yay!
10 minutes and we'll be there.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Oh, that's depressing.
Little bit.
Silencer's got a very good cooldown talent as well, actually.
30%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drow used to have 50%. Now it's what, 40? Something like that.
I remember when Techies used to have 50% at 25 instead of the damage talent.
That's pretty good.
You just get Octarine.
Moving Minds now, though, to be fair.
Yeah, Moving Minds is interesting.
Hilarious.
BKB on Miles as well now. 10 seconds.
Okay. I think the Radiant are good to fight. It might look like a dire dominated game at the moment, but
I think this BKB on Silencer would be pretty big.
oh, Super Noodles hiding in the trees, drops his ult straight away, but out comes the stuns from Roy. It's just perma stuns. I mean, Darren not in a good position. Veteran is going to pop his ult, pops the Eclipse. There's so many units. He will destroy all the illusions in the units though. Doing a lot of damage to Bristleback. Out comes the Global Silence. Nat is now popped the BKB, goes in, he's trying to find a kill. He goes straight onto Doge because he knows Doge is the kill he needs to go for. Look at the vacuum, massive vacuum. Royce pops the ult, but it's not going to be enough. Out comes the ultimate as well from Wobber Epicenter. The hammer was dropped by Juju, but it just didn't do enough.
Miles needs to BKB and fight them. What are you doing?
It's too late. I mean, the entire Radiant team have gone down. Oh, the Lincolns from Nat. Triple kill for Veteran. I mean, Veteran was caught a little bit out of position, but he didn't care at all. He just thought, no, I'm absolutely fine. Popped his BKB, turned around and fought. He's got a butterfly. Look at the damage. Nat, he's on the chase. He's got boots of travel now. He may get it. Yeah, they will get it.
Miles just need to turn the other way. He sort of running alongside of them there.
And they all blink back. They got a lot of blinks on this team, it feels like. Or is it maybe only 2?
They have 2.
Okay. But they are using them a lot.
Swift blink on you, Luna? Yes, no?
I don't know if Luna really needs Swift Blink. Because you don't need Blink on Luna in general, you just need to kind of walk up and attack stuff. So I'm not sure Luna's a Blink target. Satanic, I like that. Because like that's the stand up and fight kind of build on Luna. And you have so much lifesteal on that hero. Because unlike Medusa, you don't need a talent to get your glaives bouncing. Actually, I don't know if each glaive lifesteals, does it?
He took both Lucent Beam Talons, but not the cast range, and actually attended.
Oh, out comes the shackle. Is immediately kept alive by the use of disruption, but he's still going to go down. Glimmer Cape on somewhat. Noodles drops the ult in the base, but there's nowhere near enough damage to kill GG.
But they're picking the base
Shackle?
Tier 4s.
They are. I think this may be game.
Tier 4's are dead. Just lost the buyback.
They are buying back. Here comes
by
another shackle.
again.
That's going in. Somewhat. Do you have disruption? You do have disruption. Save Juju. It's too late. Juju has died. He's going to buy back, however. But Nat, he's basically got all his cooldowns up soon. Now Miles is trying to do whatever damage he can. He pops the BKB, but Surge is used. The Dire are trying to escape. Out comes the Meteor Hammer. Is it going to get Wobber? No, because he just uses the Spider Legs. He is a fast hero. And Veteran, he's deciding to stand and fight. He's got Satanic, so he knows he can fight. Nice use of the Vacuum. This is not looking good for the rating. They're about to do somewhat yet again. Miles on the run.
They have a Sanity's Eclipse coming from 10 seconds. Might be a good... Oh, no.
Well, Nat, he's just gone in, found Juju. Is he going to get the kill? It's a lot of heals. Yes, it will be just enough damage. He's taking a lot of damage now. Being kept in place by Noodles, but look at the damage coming out. They actually managed to kill Noodles. Nat's still on the run. Now comes the Eclipse. A lot of damage. Dodge going to go down to Eclipse. Veteran, whoa, he took a lot of damage from the Soul Catcher, but he's going to be fine. He's now got the Satanic back again, so he's going to use the Satanic. 1 second. Satanic, Satanic, Satanic. There we go. Massive heals coming out. Look at that lifesteal. He is in no danger whatsoever. Taking a lot of stacks, but it's not enough. A 3-man Vacuum. Veteran, he's going to get 1 kill. Ancient, yeah, it is being killed. That gets yet another kill, and that will be a GG. I think Wobber's probably dead. No, he's not, because he has so much HP.
I felt like a bit of a mess of delayed buybacks and BKBs and things there from Radiant.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you need to say your team. Okay, chill. Let the fight lose. Let the heroes who are out in the field die. We'll all buy back together and we'll go in. Rather than one after the other, after the other, after the other. Which is exactly what happened, wasn't it?
I think to win those fights, they had to be Radiant had to just nail the saves on the Shadow Demon and OD. And I think a couple times they missed them, and they might have cost them the fight.
Yeah, I think they weren't holding those spells. They were throwing them out every time they had them. Like, oh, disrupt that target, and then they didn't have disruption when they actually needed it, which was to stop Nat murdering you. So,
yeah, like in the last couple of fights, I think the OD tried to Astral the Wind Ranger, and then the Wind Ranger went, "Oh, you've popped my Lincolns. Now I will press R, and you will die."
Yeah, BKB, run in, get the kill.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think you were right about building Aghanims on OD. And if you look at hero damage, the leader by far on the Radiant team is Miles, nearly the top in the game. So very well done to him. He played incredibly well on that bristleback. Really aggressive plays. But alas, the Dire team fight was just far too strong. And Nat on his signature hero, 24-16.